Hello, 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 guys and gals and non-binary pals. Welcome to another Minecraft stream. Today we are going to be building, well, adding on to fixing up whatever, the mega castle I have been working on. It is only now as I've started that I realized that I just finished my water while I had lunch. So, hope I don't need to drink anything during this. Whoops. But yeah, uh, we're going to be playing on the Minecraft server that I'm on. Um, since the last time that I've been on here, uh, I built this Guardian farm. So now we've got Guardians constantly dying to be able to make the blocks that you get from an ocean monument. So that's fun. And also last time we had the dragon fight. That's what we were preparing for and showing my sister around. So we've gotten Elytra. And the other fun thing is one of the server members helped me figure out how to make a new skin. So I've got that now on, and it matches the model that I have but don't really use because I can't look at my phone and use my phone at the same time. I took the fast route. It's not the safe route, but it's the fast route. But, yeah. This is what I have been doing here. We've got prismarine shards, prismarine crystals, cod, ink, all of that. Using all of these, the guardians, that's what they're called, push themselves down into this little area, and right above all these hoppers are campfires, which cause them to die. And then they drop their materials down here, goes through the hopper, into here, and all that. I see someone has come over here to get free food from the cod, which is fine. The whole point of having it over here. This is infinite fish. But also we use all of the prismarine shards to craft the blocks to be able to make the different versions of prismarine. I'll just take those right now. And then we will be able to make more prismarine blocks. That's 2 blocks plus a bit, so I will just back in. Fine. Alright, actually it's probably just safer to flash home. Now we let this part of the world load. I haven't been on this part of the world in a little bit. I've been over there pseudo AFKing that place. The last time I logged in was yesterday? No, 2 days ago. But then I haven't logged in for like 2 weeks before then. My sister gave me a bunch of stuff. Cool. 2 efficiency 4 books. I guess I could make this an efficiency 5 pickaxe. Something to think about. I will sleep because I realized that the building is going to be difficult while there's a bunch of phantoms and things spawning. Alright. I should have done this off camera right beforehand, but I wasn't thinking about it. I went mining with my sister last night, 2 nights ago, whatever. And so I've got a bunch of things in these shulker boxes that I need to get rid of. Bricks. Mostly I'm looking for the Prismarine bricks, but I will need the other versions of Prismarine. We went and tore apart an amethyst, mostly because I need the calcite and other materials for different spots. One did I put? I put amethyst over with copper here. Yes. And then basalt and calcite could be over here in these. How to put it with stone bricks, gravel. Which chest would I have put it in? No? Right here, okay. I knew I had a chest for it. I just couldn't remember where. But yeah, so we took apart an entire geode. I missed the chest I was aiming for, wow. So now I have calcite and I have smooth basalt to be able to make a floor for the quartz area that I'm looking at. Yep. Alright, so we're just going to quickly do this. Normally I would have tried to do this off camera, but I wasn't thinking about it. I can have beetroots. These are iron. That's too much gravel for my chest. I've run out of space already. Spider, zombie spawner. Over iron. Chains there for now. That's probably fine. For now anyways. All this amethyst. Diorite and salt. And we'll put that away first. There. All there. Cluster, medium, small. Okay. Go and put a gunpowder. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit much else in here. That's not going to work. Okay, well, anyways. I'm trying to make that work. Oak logs, go with oak. There's one more basalt. Okay, whatever. Now I can grab the rest of it. Okay, so deep slate, cobble, deep slate, there. With basalt, love you. Gravel, gravel, gravel. The minecart with chest was over here somewhere. This one. Okay. I believe I don't need this gray log anymore. I only had that on me because I went mining. There's dia right there. Entire walls. Okay. This is my disorganized mess, but this is what we're currently working on. I've got quartz bricks, I've got prismarine bricks, I've got purpur blocks, and I've got nether bricks for the multiple castles that we have been building. Get off first, or to jump up onto. Whoops. If I could stop trying to go down while I'm trying to go up, that would be nice. Thank you. Alright. Alright, so I've been working on, this is the stone brick one. Here's the end stone castle. Over here is purpur. Up here is nether brick. Over here is going to be deep slate, but I haven't been able to get that much. Then up over here is quartz. That's kind of all I've been working on. Prismarine is going to be in between the blackstone and the quartz. At least that's the idea. I have quartz on me. Yes. I'm realizing that the two kinds of bricks I have the most of aren't really going to work with what I need right now. Because in order to build the quartz one, I need to actually tear down a lot of this mountain and make it relatively flat. Which is kind of the reason that I haven't been doing that off camera, is just because I haven't felt like doing that. Being completely honest there. Pop off the elytra. But yeah. So I've started building this mega castle. I've got the design laid out in the middle, and then I went out 100 blocks. That's what that red line is, 100 red wool. And then I built this castle here at the edge of where the line would be. So that line matches up with this flat straight part here. And then this matches up with the purpur tower over here. Matches up with that one there in a direct line. You can see the grass is still kind of healing from it because I haven't kept it. Haven't kept these chunks loaded as much, so it's still healing. But that one corner of that line connects down to here to this middle section, and then the one on the diagonal opposite to it connects in a straight line to the end stone castle over there, where the beacon is. The beacon just gives haste because I've got to destroy that entire mountain, or a lot of the mountain. But for the most part, we're just going to keep doing this today. At least that's the idea. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4. 1, 2. 3. 4. 4. That's this part of the circle. And that's just kind of all that I'd be doing for the next little bit. 1, 4, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we connect it back up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how it all connects. And I'll just have to make this whole area flat, probably down to this line here. Yeah, I'd probably make it flush here. And then we'll raise this part up, and I'll fill in that bottom area there. This is how I quickly return to sleep. And then I have 4 different beds set up in this little house, so I can go anywhere to sleep. But for myself, I'm not much of a builder, so a lot of the actual building to get myself to actually do it, that's why I'm doing it on camera, even though most people would build off camera. I'm not. The thing I enjoy the most about Minecraft is the exploration part. I know that I'm not good at building things, structures, so I kind of avoid doing that. You can already see how this kind of works with all 3 sticking out. We're going to go on this side and build that one. But for the most part, I'm not a builder person. It's also kind of why this doesn't look the best, and I could make it work better. Like, I definitely could make this look a lot better. Like, if I went and figured out how to build castles and like looked up tutorials and things, I probably could do a lot better. But I don't have any plans to do this. I know how to make circles, so that's kind of what I do for building castles. F4. Yeah, okay. Like, even my sister has pointed out that I don't make the greatest looking castles. Which, yeah, I understand. I won't ever say that I am a good builder. But I at least can be consistent. One, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, Yeah, this is what the castle's gonna look like. Much like the Blackstone Castle. I mean, it'll look the same. I'm legitimately just building the same Blackstone Castle that I have over there, but I'm building it, well, because I already have one, I'm building it 7 more times just using different bricks. So I've got purple bricks, I've got nether brick, I've got sandstone, I've got smooth stone bricks, I've got end stone bricks, I've got quartz bricks, I'm going to use deep slate bricks, I'm going to use prismarine bricks. Those are the 8 different kinds. There. Yep, okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 4. 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 1. There we go. And I'll pick up that flower so that I don't. Alright, put that there. Put this one over there. Why not? They're just out of the way now. But yeah, so this is pretty much all I'm gonna do for the next little bit. I'm already seeing that I'm gonna need a lot more bricks. Like, I think that's very evident already just off of, I've only placed a little bit. Maybe build this out. Whoops. Not 2. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. 1, 3. Okay. So once I'm done building all 8 of the towers, or all 8 of the castles like this, I will then proceed to, I guess I could try to land on top of that. I wasn't thinking about that until afterwards. Once I'm done building all 8 of the outside castles, I will tear down the village that's in the middle. I'll light up every single spot that is on the surface, and we will make it so that no monsters can spawn anywhere within, and then I'll rebuild the village based off of, like, the buildings that are close to the prismarine are gonna be prismarine style buildings. What's next to the quartz is gonna be quartz, so on and so forth. At least that is the idea that I'm going with. I don't know how well it will be executed initially, but at least for the time being, that is the plan. That is what I set out to do today. Honestly, because most of what I have is nether brick, I might just only build the nether brick castle. That's all of it. Just do that, actually. I'll just chuck these back in there. Should not need the magenta wool. Don't need torches right at the moment. That's fine. This. Leave the fences here. I will go take my stone cutter. I think the stone cutter works on those. I'm not quite certain of that now that I've picked it up. I think it does. At least it should. Alright. Yeah, we will just continue to build over here. I will have to put the mountain down a little bit. It's becoming night. Because I'm over here, not over there. Steal this bed, but first I will use the bed. Yeah, this is what I was doing initially. Used a beacon to try to tear down all of this castle area. Be able to move this down to a level field. Haven't even finished doing that yet. That's how little I've been like actively doing stuff on the server for a bit. Like, that's what I intended to do. You can already see how much I'm gonna have to tear down over here. Get this to work. That. We'll just set this bed here. Wall going out, so where that one go? Okay. I'll just put it there. Alright. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 4, 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. and is that this one was built properly. Okay. All of this is just a counting game. And 1, 3. Four. This is the end. 1, 2, 4. Yeah, I was off by 1. Oh, that does happen when I said 1, 2, 3 and not 4, like it should have been. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Walls 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 4. This is the straight line. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 4. And it connects. Okay. Too many animals over here, but that's fine. I'm not gonna remove all the animals to that. Okay. So I've got all 8 of the walls built outwards. Cool. That's area I want this to be at. I want the line to be y equals 85. That means I need this wall up here. This right here is 84, so 85. So now it's just terraforming things to get it to be area I want it to be at. And this is kind of why I haven't done any of this in the past 2 weeks. Kind of monotonous building like this. This is 85. I want everything up to this level. I'm gonna build to. I'll reduce all of that down and I'll make this go. Ready. Because by making everything flat and equal means that I will be able to make everything always stay at the same height. And I won't have to worry about things being odd. You got extinguished to try to fire, but was enough damage. Oh, there's lava right there. I didn't even know that. Well, that's okay. Allows me to do that. Okay. This is a decently sized cave. And there's more lava over here. Wow. Honestly, because this is going to be the nether area, I should probably just utilize lava in some capacity. At least for right now, this is all I'm going to do. Make this area level. I should go grab my beacon. I should go grab my beacon and set it back up over here. But I still need to go through over there. This. Those anymore. Down. I don't want the seeds, I just want the dirt. Use the dirt to terraform the other areas where I need more dirt. Nighttime, I've got to run up here. Yeah. That's kind of all that I'm going to be working on over here for now. Just going to be tearing this all down. Making it all level. Right now, I will just tear this down to the level that I want it to be at. And then I just get to keep doing that all the way. Do this. Down. Go. Yeah. And then I'll slowly terraform all of this to be at the correct height I want it to be at. I'll do so without breaking my shovel, hopefully. hopefully I can actually do all of this and not keep stopping myself. That's my main issue, is that I get to the point of I just don't feel like doing this, and then I don't log on to the server. Because if all I have to do is build this in Terraform, it kind of breaks my brain and makes me not want to do any of that. And then all this that is already even, I'll be making 4 tall anyways, so anything that gets up to 4 height, I shouldn't need to do much with. Being up in the air slightly is fine, because it's going to get that way anyways. Full. Alrighty. This is 1, 2. Outer part goes all the way up to 10 anyways. One, two, three, 4. So this just goes all the way up to 4 anyways. So this is the height of the castle wall. I have to start dealing with. There we go. Four bricks up. 4. So as long as everything fits here, and I can reach the floor, that is 4 blocks tall. Tall as my outer wall gets. Inner wall, however, gets 10 blocks tall. So then I just gotta make the whole building this height. And then I go from this side over to there, in what ends up being one of the most confusing ways to make a circle. Not really a circle, but That's kind of how it works out to be. This problem. It was not that these were floating, it was that this was floating. Okay, so that's the 4 right now. Okay. So this is where I go from. Got it. All this flat, and then I'll terraform everything. Afterward. And then that one gets out. Alright. $86 means that I'm down by 1. Now this is 5. I think, at least on this server, I'm probably the only one who's like not good at building, but will still try. I mean, I know other people on the server have said that they're not great at building, but my main goal is to not make things pretty, but to make things not ugly for when I eventually stop playing on this. Because I already know at some point I'm going to stop caring about this. Like, indefinitely, I'll decide to not play on the server anymore, but until then, I'm going to keep trying. I'm not great at it, but I will at least make an attempt at playing on the server. This tree is eventually going to become a floating tree if I don't get rid of it soon. I think I need to try and chop it sooner rather than later. I don't think I'll use these stairs today. I'll leave that over here. For right now, that to have a stairwell. Tree, and then all the stuff that falls from the tree. Now my easy way up and back. Oh, you can make nether brick wall. I thought the fences were the walls. Oh. Well, I've been wrong for a while. That's okay. I didn't know that. I've never put them into the stone cutter. That's why I was collecting nether brick fences. I thought I couldn't make walls. I guess you can. Huh. Well, that's cool to know. I need to repair that shovel before I continue to use it. Oh, an apple. I don't have a lot of those. I don't care about the rest. Okay. Back. Go to here. And Obu. Obu here. Carrot. Yeah, when I was off camera, my sister and I went and mined a bunch. I don't actually know if all of that was done. I would assume so because she split things 50-50. Yep, okay. That was the intent anyways, was that she was supposed to split things 50-50 and I try to be back on today. Great. Now I just wait until this mob spawner fills up a little bit. And this will let me heal the shovel. And then hopefully by healing the shovel, I'll be able to actually mine out that entire area. At least that's the goal for today. Oh, got both pants and boots from that guy. I could make this a netherite shovel. I do have the means to do that. Maybe I should do that. Huh. Maybe I should do that. Make the netherite shovel. I'll need a good pun for... Hey, spider. I'll need a good pun for what to name the shovel. Like I have the droplet of blade and the taste the double ring. This is my 2.0 rainbow. This is my 2.0 bow. Because I accidentally threw the other one away right when a creeper was exploding. As I tried to switch to it, I pressed Q instead of 1, trying to grab my sword quickly. I pressed Q while I had the bow out. So when the creeper blew up, it blew up my bow. That was sad, and I had to make a second one. That's why it's the double rainbow. But I've got an umbrella hat, the rain pants, the rain booties, rain poncho, the storm cover. This is my Silk Touch pickaxe. I couldn't think of another name for it. Or it was before I started trying to name my tools. I think it was before I started trying to name my tools. And I just wanted to make that name so that if it was ever found somewhere else could find it. Give it back to me. Shovel is nearly repaired. Shouldn't need to wait over here for 2 minutes. It is repaired now. The pickaxe and the bow, and then we'll call it good. Yeah. Okay. Almost there already. There. I was gonna say, I shouldn't need too much to repair this one. Cool. That's all done. I should probably upgrade the shovel to netherite. Because now that I'm on this side of my castle area, I need nitro again. I do now have a spare elytra, also with unbreaking and everything. Mostly because I've had the second one and I tried to give it to other people, but no one else wants the elytra. No one else needs the elytra, say it that way. So I just have a second elytra for no real reason. $88. $7, $6. Said it was 85 that I needed. 85, okay. Okay. This. Maybe go quickly. Bed. There we go. Apples. I'll take the stick because at least that saves me a piece of wood later. Oh, I accidentally hit a piece of gravel over here, didn't I? Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. Alright. This 2, 4, so 1, 2, 4. Level that the walls need to be. Anything else that I can't reach too high. It's probably the easiest way I've been able to think through this. That one's too low, so I'm not going to build on top of it yet. There. This one's too low, so I need to build on top of it. That means I need to terraform this. Make it so that these are all level. Yeah, this works out the way that I'm thinking it will. Okay. I just go collect all this other dirt over here. Fill back up the stack I'm using to terraform. Right back. Okay, and then this just lets me fill it all back in. This all the way around. And then that just lets me build all the way up. And that's just gonna do it. This is gonna be the wall. And this is the floor that I wanted at. All of that, I just need to fill it back in. Hi, Watcher. I don't know when you said that. I kind of forgot that people will actually say stuff. I got distracted by focusing. Which I think is just a stupid sentence. It's been a couple. Yeah, I figured. Oh, you. Okay. Thanks. I don't tend to try to share the stream just because I don't know. I just don't normally share the stream when I do go live because it feels weird to me. I think I just have the mentality of I don't want to feel like I'm only getting people to watch because I'm in someone else's group. I think that's the brain logic I'm going with. Like, I don't want to have 100 people watching only because it's someone else's group. I think that's the logic my brain is at least trying to function off of right now in saying this. But I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want to be a clout chaser. That's the words I'm looking for. But, okay. Fine. I'll accept it. Yeah. Let me put the elytra on. I mean, those of you who are actually on the server can always look at what I'm doing from the map thing. But this is what I'm currently doing. Currently, I'm failing to use the elytra. So I've currently got the nether brick one being built and terraforming. I've got a purpur structure, end stone, and then over here is stone brick. Blackstone one I've already had. And then eventually I'll have a, what's the name of the bricks? The Ocean Monument one over here. Prismarine. That's the word I'm looking for. I'll have a prismarine brick structure castle. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh yeah, I went to the Mushroom Island and I stole 2 mushrooms. I have not done anything with them yet, but I stole 2 mushrooms so I could keep having mushrooms. But the eventual idea is to have one central castle against this wall right here in the middle of the village. I'm gonna tear down the whole village and light up everything in between the walls. And then I will build like what will essentially be Blackstone quadrant, not quadrant because I'm dividing this in 8, whatever an eighth of a circle area is. I'll build buildings out of Blackstone over here. It'll mesh into Prismarine, which will mesh into quartz, which is over here. I nearly just walked off of this. It'll mesh into the quartz. I don't sprint much, but I have a stack of food, so I'm fine with that. So I'll have Prismarine buildings, I'll have quartz buildings, and then over here I'll have deep slate going into quartz. Quartz is on this side. Quartz will go into Prismarine, which will go into Blackstone. I shifted, and then I'll have a deep slate one over here, and then it'll go deep slate into nether brick into purpur into end stone, all that. So that's the basic idea I have for a structure, and that will also get me to actually stay on the server. I don't know if all that makes sense, but that's the idea. And then the inside castle is going to be the outside walls, like the circle on the inside is going to be made of the same material. So I'll have this circle will be nether brick as well. And then the one over by the quartz is going to be quartz, and that'll be a tower. Currently, I'm debating on whether this inside part is going to be built the same as all the outside ones, or if I'm going to make it be like, instead of this part being 4, I'll make this part over there be 8 across, like 4 in the middle and then the 2 and the 2, and I'll just double the inside portion. I feared. So I have to use all the wool that I have to figure out what I'm doing with the middle now. But I've got to fill in all of these cave systems. Well, not fill in, but at least light up all the cave systems. So once I finish building all of the outside things, outside walls, I'm going to light up all of the inside portion as much as I can and level it out. Which is going to be kind of weird because the stone bricks over there are fairly low compared to the Blackstone Castle that I started at. So like that whole mountain is the difference in elevation. So I'm going to have to figure out kind of what I'm doing. But the black stone going into the stone bricks is probably just going to be like integrated into the mountain. Unless this castle does get bigger, then the castle might take up most of the center point. Where's that creeper? That's a baby zombie. That's a dead baby zombie. Not to be confused with just a dead baby. Those are different. That's my attempt at humor. It's not a good joke. I don't know why I made it. That's a witch? It's a witch. Dang. It wasn't the arrow shot that murdered that got the witch. It was the fall damage. That's fun. It wasn't the bow and arrow that hit it. It was the fall damage. It gave me redstone dust. I don't care much. This is kind of dark. I kind of forgot that I did just go mining with my sister, which is actually the reason I started playing Minecraft again this week. I actually have torches on me. She likes copper, so I might actually gather copper for her from over here. There is iron and coal. Actually, what elevation is this at? Right here. 57. Oh, that's really deep compared to where I was at. Okay, I'm not gonna have to touch this part. Let's see. Put it there, that should be light level 9, 8, 8, 8, 7. This spot can spawn monsters. Light level 8 means that down here can spawn monsters. Okay. 7. I'd rather safe. Not that monsters are capable of spawning underwater as easily. Where I'm at is 8. 5. That's not deep enough for a drown to spawn. But underneath the water is. Okay. I've had to deal with lighting things up a lot recently, so I've had to learn the lighting numbers and how to read it. Okay. 9, 8, 7. Okay. That is at least relatively lit up. There's an area over here. I won't deal with that yet. So of this area here, 78, 82, 83, 5. Okay. Yeah, I might just cover this whole area rather than deal with the monsters that can spawn there. That might be the case. Okay. Shovel back. I don't need the torches and dirt. Doing big things. I mean, it depends on how big you consider big, because this wall right here is 100 blocks away from the middle, which then goes, that's at least 30 blocks across, plus 10, 10, 40, 50, plus 8, plus 4, plus 2, this section here that you can see that's in my render distance is about 100 blocks by itself. So if you consider this being approximately a... Well, that would also be 100 blocks across. So this would be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. This is approximately a 500 by 500 giant castle town I'm building. So if you consider that a big project, then yes, I'm doing big things. If you don't consider that a big project, I'm sorry. I think this is pretty big. I'm leveling multiple mountains. You just meant cool stuff in general. Well, I mean, if you find Minecraft cool, then I'm playing Minecraft, then yeah. Missed so much you've upped the scale. No, I haven't upped the scale. This is legitimately the same size as all the other ones. Like, this nether brick is the exact same size as the blackstone one that I have. It's just I built the blackstone one forever ago. I don't know if I would get in trouble for it, but I could possibly show the mini map that we have. Last time you were on the server, there was only one in construction. I've got the purple one. I've got an endstone one that has the beacon. I've got the stone brick one. I don't know which one was in construction because I haven't finished any of them. The quartz one has a single pillar. Your kid got you into playing Minecraft. Still a bit new. Yeah, I can understand that. One of the people on the server is, his name is Dino Dad. You can figure out what his occupation is based off of that. And then his daughter is the server owner, so. The first castle you were building with the throne? Oh. This is faster to do it this way. This is the castle you're talking about? This one has interior design. Yeah, I play Age of Empires a lot, so that it's not surprising if that's the one you found. Yeah, this is the one that I've interiorly decorated. Basically what I'm doing with my castle is I'm building this exact thing, this exact structure over there, and over there, and over there, and over there, and eventually over here, and eventually over there, and over there. So all eight cardinal directions. Cardinal is only northeast, southwest. uh, whatever the inner one. Oh, what am I thinking of? There's the cardinal directions, and then there's the other 4 points that are southeast, northeast, southwest, northwest. Those are the other directions I'm trying to think of. You also might have. I doubt it, but I was building a basement to this one, and then I decided, you know what? Let's get my sister to join the server and also build Mega City. But while I was trying to convince her to join, I also was building down here. This is the escape hatch. This is directly underneath the throne of it. So any of the queens up there could have an escape room. This is my basement. I had to go and figure out how to breed frogs to be able to get the green one. Green frog light. But this is what I've been doing down here. And then my sister came through and collected all the resources that were in this middle area that I was tearing apart. Like, this was a patch of coal. So on and so forth. Ordinal. That's the word. Thank you. You're a cartographer or map librarian. That's cool. I'm a historian, if anything. I got a degree in history. I'm not using it, but I got a degree in history. But yeah, this was my basement. I was slowly mining all of this out, and then now I'm building Mega Project instead. So this is probably going to be unfinished for a while, but it's underground so people can't see it. But my initial idea was to like have lava flow from here and then have it go underneath, and then it would drip down the wall there, and then it would go underneath, and then it would drip down the wall here, and then it would go underneath. And it would provide light. And then I went, hey, frog lights. Those are pretty. I have a magma cube spawner. Let me just overwhelm everything with light over here. I need to actually bring out the magma cube spawner and do another instance of lights going in so I can get rid of the torches on the floor. And then this is the... I'm gonna have the pathway go all the way down to here. This is the bottommost entry point down there, and then I'll mine all this off. That's the basement. I'm not doing that for all of the different structures I have, because that's a lot. Even doing this by itself is a lot. You can see how wide it is. It's very wide. Going all the way over there. But that's the main thing I've done with this structure. And then over here is going to be Prismarine, which I made a Guardian farm for, which is this area here. I walked too quickly. The only problem with over here is you need to have your particles pretty much gone, because all of that is bubble columns. And then they all fall into the area of campfires down there. All of those are bubble columns. That's all soul sand underneath. Force them to go up. And then they just push each other in like that. So if you ever do join the server again, this has infinite food. How long have I been on the world? What day did the server open? Technically, yes and no. People can join it. This is a server of a streamer that I won't say the name of because they have their own reasons for it. But if you follow that streamer, they have a link for this server in their Discord that you would have to join the Discord to be able to play on. I have a way to remember the exact date, but I figure while I'm down here, I'm gonna just throw away all the extra items I have. Gunpowder was. I have a way to know the exact date, so I'm gonna go look at it. Because when I first moved into the village, so initially, when I joined the server, I had no plans to build anything. My plan was to walk around with an inventory of items people might want, and just be a traveling merchant. Then I learned how close the world border is, and so I stopped that idea pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't think that you would follow this streamer, but you could. I had to figure out how to breed these frogs in order to get all these. But the easiest way I have to know what day we started the server and what day I joined is that it's the day that we met Bruce. So September 17th. Because the very first thing I did was find the world border, get to the corner, and go, oh, that's the corner. And then I walked and went, oh, that's the corner. And then I went, oh, that's the corner. Oh, that's the corner. Well, I'm back over here now. I guess I'll live inside the village. So, I've lived in this village since the first day. So the 17th until October the 4th, Bruce the Busty, the Iron Golem that came with this village, lived, and this is his favorite flower. And I only assume he died on the 4th, because that's the day I couldn't find him. He could have died the night before or something, and I just didn't notice because I wasn't fully in the village the whole time. I don't know. But that was my thought process, and so that's what I did. But the whole place has expanded a few times. We now have cherry blossoms. When I first started, I had the only dark oak because there was only 3 trees that were directly inside the world border. So my idea was to be a traveling merchant and use those saplings to basically always have whatever wood type people wanted. So I would be able to go, oh, you want to build with dark oak? Here's dark oak. You want to build with spruce? Here's spruce. And just things like that. And then once I settled over here, I found a merchant that gave mending books, and then the other one gave fortune. So within the first day, I had fortune 3 because I just used an anvil to combine fortune 1 into fortune 2 into fortune 3, and I had mending. So yeah. Now we have all the wood types that Minecraft can have, and I haven't removed the Halloween decorations from this house, but I've moved out of this house to make the castle, and now I'm making more castles because I figured now that I'm done with that, I should probably do more stuff. I made an automatic melon farm. It's not very efficient because it's tiny, and also because as soon as it runs out of melons, they all try and autocraft into seeds, which is why the bottom of this is melon seeds. But I have melons because Farmer Bob over here trades 1 melon for 1 emerald, and so that's how I have emeralds pretty easily. Like the very first things I did was make animal farms and actual farms so that anyone who needed food could easily get food. My basic idea was that even if I stop playing, anyone can come over here and get ingredients and food. If I stop playing at any point in time, people can always take my resources and still use them. Now I have a lot larger of a wheat farm and a beetroot farm. And I have Farmer Bob 2.0 over here because I had lost Bob initially, so I made a new name tag, and then I found Bob again, like a few hours, a few minutes, something like that, after I went and tried to make a new name tag to then name tag the baby zombie villager I found and keep that alive. It despawned by the time I returned to it, so I just had the name tag. So when I came down here and another zombie villager started trying to attack me, I learned what to do and just made that there. And then now I have this. With my very great signs. I like my signs in here. Bye bye baby cows as they fall down, and then hi baby cow. I did this so I could have leather. The one sign that I kind of ignored to walk over here to show that off is welcome to the slaughterhouse, bring some wheat to eat their meat. I like poetry and rhyming things, so that's what I did. It's the far left one that has wheat. But both of my main farmer villagers trade wheat for emeralds, and beetroots for emeralds, and melons for emeralds. Signs are accurate. Thank you. I had a great amount of laughter as I wrote them. But yeah, this is actually a super inefficient design for the farm. It was just the first one I found that I went, oh, people say this works. And then I read the comments afterwards and they're like, hey, this doesn't work. You can already see why. The baby cows are accidentally going across to the other ones. And because of that, entity cramming is happening. So it's not actually that efficient. Yeah, you guys had fun trying to get over here. Yeah, now once these grow up, I can turn this back on and I'll get more steak. This is not how I made the steak. I've just been grabbing the raw beef, honestly. If I really needed food, I have Fire Aspect and I'll just go to the Nether and slaughter some of the hoglins that are there. Oh, it started being nighttime. Well, I've been around here for a little too long today. I'm starting to spawn with leather. I don't want your flesh. What's other things I've done since people have been able to see? Don't want you to shoot my froggies. Please come away from those. Oh, hey. He'll deal with that. Cool. I need that arrow. Yo. I don't want your flesh. No. Gross. I want the arrows because I don't like having to take from the mob spawner, even though that's the whole point of the mob spawner. But yeah, down there is the other castle. I'm gonna have the wall run straight through this entire area, so it's pretty much just gonna accidentally protect this underground passage. That was not the intent, but it works out. This is the throne room that you were talking about. I've got the coat of arms that everyone has. tucked away. And then underneath here is an infinity bow for each of the knights with their coat of arms. I think this one's Watcher. Yeah. So Watcher, you're here. And then I've got the Queen's bed chambers over here. This one took a lot more to build. This one was expensive. This building was expensive. If you can't tell why, the amethyst was pretty easy. Frog lights are rare, so I just had to make those. Quartz, kind of rare, I guess. Gilded blackstone are the stars in the sky. And then I have lingering health potions. I stole those from the trial chambers, that's the word for it. And then I can only assume what the two queen's favorite flowers are, being a dandelion for the yellow one, and then I asked the blue one what their favorite flower is, and they said rose. But rose bushes can't be in here, so this is a poppy. It's the closest thing I can have. Then here's the servants' quarters, where they can quickly make a meal for the queens if they have a late night snack. The faucet, wash their hands. The little serving counter. They wanted to sit down and watch there. I could put chairs here, but I don't feel like it. It's already kind of cramped. And then just the smooth ceiling. Gilded blackstone is just my fun block to put down here. And then this is underneath the thrones. I'm not going to show you what the fireworks in here are because I made them fancy fireworks for the inevitable moment that both of the queens are actually on the server. If they come over here, they can take their rightful places on the thrones, and then I can fire fireworks. So both of these have fireworks in them of various kinds, and I would just fire them both. But we haven't been able to convince the other queen to be on, which is why the head is just a block of honey. Actual kitchen. Currently also all with cooked fish because I made the Guardian farm. This is the armory. It's also got fancy blocks and materials. This is my sister giving me stuff for me giving her things. I gave her my full extra suit of diamond armor I made for when I fought the Warden. Of which this is the Warden's heart. This is just a Sculpt Catalyst. It's not worth fighting the Warden, but I felt like it. This is the inside joke of the streamer server. This is the boss that you're not supposed to fight. And then my storage facility. You've already seen this a few times as I come down here to sort things. That is the random quick tour I felt like doing because you said you haven't seen me since being in here. Ceiling has crying obsidian and regular obsidian over here for the armory, just so that you can't break into the armory as easily. And then iron doors. Always lock the doors. I need to open this first. There. And then the same thing for the side. I did that backwards. This one was open. This is closed. This. Okay. Yeah. And then since we fought the dragon, I have a bunch of sets of iron armor that I had made for that fight. That all of the knights are gonna have. And then underneath all of these, I've already shown this, but underneath every single one is the infinity bow. Every single one of these purple spots has a set that I'm going to eventually fill with the iron armor suits, or the suits that are closest to what people have, minus netherite. because I don't feel like making netherite gear for every single person. That feels like a lot of work, and I don't want to do that. But eventually, I'll have enough sets of armor to go all the way down the hall, and then we have the whole room. That's the throne room. That's about everything I can think of for what I was saying there. Back to building. But yeah, the castles I'm building are all gonna look like this. They're gonna have the slabs going through. I guess I should probably show the inside part of the thing. The floors are gonna vary, but for the most part, this is the design I went for the inner tower areas. So not all of them are gonna have quartz. Honestly, with how much quartz I need for the one I'm currently building, I might have to rip the quartz out of the floors over here and just make the design something different. But I figured because this is Blackstone, the white versus the black, kind of good contrast. I'm realizing that I'm building the nether one kind of wrong because it should be cracked brick instead of regular brick. Because all of this is cracked brick. And then all of the internal one is regular. I don't think it technically took me that long to get all the resources. More a pain of trying to figure out what I was doing. For the most part, most of the resources I just walked around in the nether and destroyed some of the bastions that were there. Other people found bastions, and so I just walked around tearing them apart. And yeah, I'm beginning to realize that this outer wall should be cracked. Like these three going down should be cracked nether brick instead of regular nether brick. And then this whole inner wall is supposed to be regular nether brick. I don't think I'm gonna change that. I'm already this far along. We're not gonna fix that. This one will not be cracked things versus regular things. At least for now. I'm just gonna choose not to do that for this time frame. But yeah, the scale of the first one, when I first like laid it all out on the floor, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then once I started building, I went, oh, I need a lot more resources than I thought. Like, I tore down almost 2 full bastions and still didn't feel like I had enough. And then as I was going through places, as I was going through the nether, looking for netherite to be able to build a suit of netherite and stuff, that's when I went, okay, well, every time I run into a patch of blackstone, I'm gonna mine all of the blackstone. Because it ended up being a lot more than I realized. Because the inner walls are 10 high. So it's 10 by 10 by 10. Well, no, because that's not right. Because this is a diagonal that's 10 across, a straight line that's 10 across, and then another diagonal that's 10 across. So going front to back, it's 30. Going across, it's 30. and then it's at an angle of 10. So that would be 10 by 10 would be 100 blocks. You knock off 50 on this side. You'd go across, and then that'd be a triangle, which would be a 10 by 10 with a diagonal of 10. Triangle. I'm trying to do geometry in my head. 10 plus 10. The whole width of it is 80 across. The whole circle itself is 80. So that would be, well, it's not a perfect circle, so I can't just do circumference. The area of it, I had fully taken my hands off of the keyboard trying to think through things. Well, while it's blast resistant, it's not fully, apparently. This circle here, I was trying to figure out how many blocks I actually used. That's the math I'm trying to do. Like this here to the end that just got blown up is 10 blocks. This is 10 blocks. And then this diagonal is 10 more blocks. So it's 4 diagonals that are 10 blocks. It's 4 straight lines that are 10 blocks, which is 80. And then everything on the inside didn't get covered, so that this goes up by 10. So this is 4 plus 4. 4 times 4 is 16 times, or plus another 16. So that's 32 across by 4. That's 64 blocks. You're gonna let me work that? Yeah, I don't know why I'm so figuring out this math. The math doesn't matter now. I've already done all of it for the Blackstone Castle. It doesn't physically matter anymore, but now that I've started thinking about it, it's the only thought process I'm having. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 4, which is 8. Plus 8, which is 16. Plus 8, which is 24. Plus 8, which is 32. 32 twice is 64. This is 2 stacks of 64 for just the outer wall circles. This is 2 stacks, 4 stacks. Well, it's 2 and there's 8 of them, so that's 16 stacks. That's 16 stacks just for the outside crenellations. No, just for the outside walls. The actual crenellations were even more, because it's going out by 1 on all of the edges, plus I have the walls that connect on the inside. I did not realize how many blocks I actually used for this until I just started trying to do the math for some reason. Man. I need a lot more blocks than I have for just this section too. Because this part of the wall I'm standing on goes 10 tall. The rest of this is only 4 tall, so I'm already at that point here. There's so much more materials and math that I'll have to do. If I pulled out a calculator, I could probably figure it out, but in order to read the chat, I can't pull out the calculator on my phone. Dang. I did not want to do math today, but suddenly my brain is just like, ooh, math, let me try to do that. I wanted to build things, I didn't want to do math, but now I'm trying to do math. Not that I dislike math, it's that I'm just not the greatest at it. It's now gonna bug me that I can't figure out exactly how many blocks I needed. It's gonna bug me until I actually figure out the math and the number that I did have to use and needed. I hate random hyperfixations. Now I want to know the number. Darn. This is the only thing I'm thinking of now. Yeah, I did evidently need a lot more resources than I thought. Because just from what I figured out already, that's 16 stacks just to be able to build this part of the wall. And there's a lot more than just these parts of the wall. Dang. Man. There's a lot more than I was realizing. I'm probably not even like the biggest user of resources. No, I'm not discouraged. I just want to know the math. I want to know how close I was and how much I actually needed. I'm not discouraged by the fact that I can't do the math. I just want to know the answer now. Now that I've asked the question, I want to know the answer. How many blocks did it take for just the one castle? Especially because that helps me figure out how many blocks I need for all the other castles. Because I'm essentially just duplicating the one castle. I now need to know how much I need for the other 7. It actually helps me to figure out this math. The only inconvenience is that I can't do the math. Am I at 85? Down 1. 85. This is 1 block too far. Okay. And this right here is the end point. That's where this line goes. Okay. endpoint over here. Oh, the endpoint is not that edge. That shouldn't be the case. Did I mess this up? 4 across. Cross. How does this stick out more? That one. This is the angle, that's the flat. Okay. This is the flat. So it needs to go to the other flat side. The other flat side is over here. Okay, okay. That's how it sticks out more. This side sticks out more. This is 93. 92. Six, 5. That was too low. No, it wasn't. That was exactly the right length. This is exactly the length that I need to go to. Okay. Except for now I'm underground and it's becoming night. Oh, too many bricks. I don't want a repeat of that creeper appearing behind me and blowing up part of the bricks. There's a pillager raid. Oh, that's great. I can't swap to the sword while I'm asleep. Don't want them to get too. How did you hit me through that tiny little gap between these two? Dang. I don't have inventory space for those things. Where did I leave my shulker box? It's over here. That was more of a rhetorical question because my brain knew where I put it, but in the moment I couldn't remember. I don't like the banners. I have any of those. I don't care for crossbows unless they're enchanted. Alrighty. That one's full. Don't need either of those in there. Actually filled. Up. This on me. We'll put these in here and that there and that one there. This with me. Okay. I am just focusing on the dirt. This is 85, which means that needs to go. Can I make that wall? This is the hole. Okay. All of this over here. Go away. Alrighty. Call that up. Okay. There we go. There was lava down there. I don't need that. I don't technically need all the flowers either. That was actually kind of slightly pointless to why I jumped down here for the lava. Okay. Okay. Over here. Path out. Here. Without accidentally falling back in. 5. Yep. One. Wool, so I can throw it there. And then the other flowers are in one. First. There. Second. My hotbar. Okay. This is now in line with the outer edge of the outermost. No, it's not. This is the line for the outermost edge. I was one block off. Okay, so I will block off this section. I'll eventually go through and terraform that anyways, so I don't know fully why I put that much dirt down, but now I know the path that I'm trying to take. And by making this trench, I will always know where I need to go. Okay. Was the edge? No, it was not. I don't believe this was the edge either. Nope, it was the edge of this one. Try not to go too deep just so I can actually figure this out. Oh, there's granite there. Don't know why the granite was the thing that I needed to point out in my head, but bad. You're in the way of my line of sight. Now you're in the way of my path that I'm going to be digging. Okay, so that goes here. All the way up to here. This is the end of the hole. Okay. Okay, I have figured out at least this side's depth. This is the outer boundary of my wall. Or what will become my wall. Okay. This 83. Which means this is 5. Means this is the line that I need to start putting there. That'll help me remember that's where I need to go. Actually, 85. I want to make sure I'm directly underneath where I need to be. This is 85. Why did one have to fall up there? Okay. Not the water bucket. Alright. Now you would think that this is a moat or something of that kind, but it's not. It's me just trying to build a flat area. Now there's gravel. Okay. Everything to my right gets destroyed eventually. I'm up one too many blocks. I don't want to be jumping a bunch for that. I'm up one too far. I just have to remember that. Don't want seeds. It is becoming nighttime, so I'm out of here again. I have a water bucket. Really simple and easy to get out. I just have to remember which area I put the bed on. Slightly hit. Alright. Go away. Where'd that come from? I always like it when they just die to the thorns that are on my armor. That's just funny to me. Alright. This is? Okay. This is 94. I was like, there's no way this is 85. I'm higher than the rest of my structure. Move the stone. Pick up the granite. Go from here. And then we'll go up from that. Maybe at this point I should just pull the beacon that I have over at the Endstone Castle, bring it over here. To have haste. But I don't know if that would actually help me mine anything faster, or if that would just take more time to go grab the beacon. I mean, it would definitely take more initial time, but I don't know how much time it would save. I'm gonna have so many animals trying to crawl through my castle. There's a sheep over here too. So y equals 91. Means that not even this is 85 like. Horse, don't you fall down here too. Okay. I think I'm starting to feel the effects of not having water while I'm talking this much. Just right when I started, I went, oh, I drank my water during lunch and I forgot to get a refill, but now I'm like, maybe I should get more water. But I don't want to get water. I'm streaming. I gotta be here. I did try one day forever ago, like not have any dead space during the stream. I was playing. Oh, what was it? I was playing MTG Arena. That's what it was. And I was just like, I'm going to talk 100% of the time and see how that works. And then the next day going to work, I was just like, I am not talking because my voice sounds like this and it sucks. Because I wasn't drinking water that day. But I've learned since then. I'm not that foolish. Just right now I don't feel like getting water. I'm not doing that much. I will take care of myself, don't worry. I know when to get water. Plus, I'll be drinking water tonight anyways for dinner and things. So, I'll have plenty of water. Right now, while streaming, I'm not having water. You guys are so nice to me, yelling at me to get water. What was that? Oh, it was an egg. I was like, what just fell on my face? An egg, because there was a chicken above me for a little bit. I get water. Like it must put back. Well, yeah, it's not like I don't drink water while streaming normally. It's just right now I didn't get water beforehand. I finished my water during lunch. Yeah, I've learned to get water. That stream I was talking about where I tried to talk 100% of the time was like almost a year and a half ago now. Year and a half ago? Am I right about that? I don't think I am. Now that I've said that out loud, I don't think I'm right about a year and a half. Don't spawn a chicken. I didn't mean to throw that straight up. I thought I was throwing that over the wall. I started streaming in 2023 or 24. I've had 2 birthday streams that I've done, so I guess it would have been 2023. I'm almost back to streaming for another. Dang. I wasn't thinking about that until just now. When did I do that stream where I tried to talk 100% of the time? probably a year, maybe year and a half ago now. Dang. That's the realization that I wasn't thinking of. How long I've been streaming for. I mean, I did take a random, like, almost 6 months in which I wasn't streaming at all. Those were not good months. I mean, they were good months in other ways, but not good months for why I took off streaming. Especially with no notice. But hey, it's been a while since I've not had water while streaming. I've suddenly just realized, like, had the full thought process while saying all of that, that January 23rd is technically 2 years of streaming, minus the 6 months or whatever of not doing streams. So I don't know if technically I would say that I'm coming upon 2 years of streaming, or if I would say that I'm only at a year and a half. Like, the start date is 2 years, but the actual time frame that I've been streaming, less. I've not thought about that until just now. I didn't mean to hit the sheep, but the sheep is now in the way. Get out of the way, sheep. Not that. Okay. Yeah, I guess technically I would be close. I would consider it closer to 2 years. Also during the first almost year, I tried to stream almost daily. Why I stopped streaming for 6 months, because I kind of burnt myself out trying to stream nearly daily. I would alternate Thursdays and Mondays not streaming. Huh. I haven't thought about that until just now. I don't think I'd do anything special for 2 years, but I can. I wasn't thinking about that until, like, this stream, that I'm actually, like, relatively close to that. 4 days in a month. Huh. Maybe I should start thinking about doing something different for a 2 year thing. 5, so I can find down this side as well. Well, all of this is now the bottom layer of the castle I'm building. And there shouldn't be anything in the way along any of these paths. Heard the zombie. Where is it? Here. Okay. Huh. This has been a lot more productive today than I was expecting. This has really been a lot more productive than I was expecting today. Flower I can put here. See that. Cool. Well, I guess I now need space for self. Okay, I will just mine until that is filled. Once my inventory is filled, then I will stop over here for today. At least for right now, I will. Well, my inventory's full and I can't go grab those. Oops. I should have grabbed those first. That's okay. All of this is now level and makes this work really well. I thought that sheep was a creeper walking down for a second. But I believe that is relatively all that I needed to do today. Building this and then putting it out. This wall here will end up being taller than this. Not worried about that. Or tall. This. Build all this out. Cool. Alright. That is that wall finished. And this is the outer wall, which needs to be 4. I don't know how long I'm planning on streaming for either. That's a great question. Normally I try to go for 2 hours to 3 hours, and it's about 2.5 now, so I don't know. I might just try and build the wall down or up depending on where I'm at to the height that I want. The other fun thing is this is now around the time that my earbud tries to die, so I will swap to the other one. You don't have to get your work done earlier in the day, unless you like really want to watch, but you don't have to. Okay, easy math that I can do. This is y equals 85. This is 1, 2, 5, 10. Well, I want to be at 95. I figured my math was right, but I'd rather check. So this inner wall is going to be y equals 95 height. This is 89. I'm at 95. Okay. This is as tall as the inner wall is going to be. Now it's level over there. Alrighty. This is the 10 blocks tall wall that is the inner portion of the castle. Means that this is 1 block too tall. Okay. That hole down there is kind of scary right now, but I think for the most part it's going to get dropped off anyways, because the bottom of the layer is relatively low down the hole. Okay. I don't think I'm worried about needing to fix that up or anything. Okay. Alright. That's that done. I should probably just get scaffolding. That would be really handy if I just went and grabbed a bunch of scaffolding to do this. Not that my netherite gear is really taking any amounts of damage from me falling a bunch. Okay, I did not realize how tall this mountain was until now. This is the height of the top part of my castle. And this mountain's still taller. That's not something I was prepared to realize today. Shulker box is still full of nether bricks. I'm gonna go sleep before I'm gonna do what I was about to do. Cannot jump up there, I have to go this way. I had to go this way anyways. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to level out everything that needs to be brought up. And then I think I'm gonna call it there. So all this down here that needs to be brought upwards, y equals 85. That's what I'll This is 4. Alright, so I'll build up to here, and then we'll figure out how to level this all out later. 1 block too far. Alrighty. This is 85. Means that this needs to get dragged up by 1. Means I need to play here. Is the new outside line. And then line out that part. And then I just fill all this in. And then the other reason I want to fill this in now is so that the meadow, whatever the biome is over here that makes the flower stuff, flower field, whatever it's called, hopefully I can get that grass color to stay around. That's one of the reasons I want to fill this in with dirt and all that now, so that before I start trying to get rid of all of that, I can revitalize that and use the flower field color. The biome is the flower field. I'm so glad my brain thought of that without me having to think about it. I knew it until I needed to say it, and then as soon as I needed to say it, it was gone. So I'm so glad that I just said it correctly. Up while I'm shifting. Okay. We're almost filled back in. Alright. This is probably the boring part. I mean, honestly, most of what I've been doing today is probably a boring part. Or like most people would skip over it and just be like, hey, look at this cool thing I did, rather than show the whole thing. I need to show the whole thing or else I will never do it. I'm not a building person. I'm an exploring person. So I need to stream it to be able to actually get my brain to go, yes, this is what I'm doing today. Also, having a world border makes me not be able to be an exploring person. Okay. Currently just a drop. Oh, and there's an entrance to a cave down here. Definitely want to seal that up. Just a spot. I don't want baby zombies to spawn. That's why I don't let the tiny holes exist. Don't fill them up. Baby zombie's gonna spawn and it's going to cause problems, because then when you try to sleep over here, it's keep yelling at you that there's a monster nearby, and then you're gonna dig up everywhere trying to find where that monster is, and then you're gonna be so frustrated when you finally find it, only to realize how much you have accidentally torn apart just to find that one stupid monster. I've seen it happen too many times in other people's videos, in other people's streams, of just like, where is this gosh darn tiny monster? And then they finally find it, and then they look around and just go, oh, I destroyed so much to find this thing. Now I have to fix it. And not as many people are willing to fix things back to how they looked beforehand. I'd rather build it up now. Alright. That kind of looks natural up until this point. Yeah, kinda. Over here. So the actual walls don't look natural, but the hill going up to them does. Especially with the tree. Yeah, I'm gonna say that that looks okay. I'm okay with this just being a drop on both sides. That Enderman startled me for a second. Just because I saw something over there just walking, and I was like, what is the thing that's there? The thing I'm gonna have to think about, though, this right here wall is gonna connect all the way over to here. How am I gonna make that go up into there? I mean, obviously I'm gonna use stairs to build down to the level that this will be at. This one's gonna have to be drained. I'm gonna make this a lagoon. More than likely, I'm gonna have to. That's a problem for future me. That's gonna be my famous last words, because I don't think I'm gonna work on that for a while. I'm building this castle, and I'm building the castle on the other side of this one. I'm not touching the purple one until I finish the end stone and the nether brick one. So, my priorities are not that right now. Oh jeez! That startled me and it shouldn't have. It cause you to shoot yourself. Nope. They're shooting in rhythm to each other. I never expect things to spawn directly in front of my face. Oh, there you are. Also level 3. Someone made a raid farm on the server, and the only reason I don't like it is because I prefer to have the raids happen in which it will give me all of your emerald things. Emerald trades are cheaper, but the raid farm doesn't do that because it's too small of a village for that to happen. That's the only thing I don't like about the raid farm. And yes, that is an actual thing. You can have too small of a village that it will let you have Bad Omen effect, but it won't let you have Hero of the Village effect. Because it's too small of a village for the game to recognize that this is in fact a village. But it is a big enough village for the game to recognize that it is in fact a village and can be raided. Which is really stupid. If you actually think about it, it's really dumb that the game will recognize this is too small for this effect, but too big for this effect. Or big enough for this effect, but too small for that effect. I think it's because a village is considered more than 3 or more villagers. So you can do that, but then once you're a hero of the village, you let too many villagers die because there's only 3 left. Is like the game mechanic way that it works. If I'm remembering how that process actually happens. I can't climb back up there. I can parkour to it, but then I have too much momentum that I'm not immediately jumping off. There we go. Alright, yeah, this is a meadow, not a flower field. Okay. This is plains, this is meadow. I like the grass color of the meadow more than I like the plains. So where this flower is a plains, but the rest of it. Oh, okay. I do have this whole shulker box of nether brick. So I could work more on this. I kind of don't want to now. 85. Wait. 3, 4. Oh, I didn't cut this down to get to 85 on this side. Okay. I meant to click this button. 4. All this mountain's gonna get torn down anyways. So that I can actually get this built up. Okay, so that is level with where I want this to go. This built up. Okay. This is 4 blocks tall, that's 4 blocks tall. This is the brick that doesn't belong. That's why it looked weird to me. Okay. There we go. Cool. And then once I get this, I don't have to be over on this section. Okay, so this is 4 tall, that's now 4 tall. This is going upwards and it shouldn't. Alrighty. And then this is the 10 block wide, or 10 block tall inner sanctum, where I have the throne room on the other one. I'm not building a throne room in all of these. I already know that. I took too much. Oh, I just remembered the whole. I'm gonna have to connect the wall that way because the walls connect, and the walls connect that way. Which means that that terraforming I did on the floor isn't gonna work. It's not gonna function. Okay. Let me quickly redo what I was thinking. Okay, so this is gonna come out 4 blocks. 4. This is here. Out. 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 One more. There, now it's even. Okay. Same thing. This side. Side. That way. One more. That gets depleted. That gets depleted. That one. That one's gone. That's gone. That one's gone. That one's gone. Okay. So all this terraforming that I did initially over here doesn't matter anymore because this is where the wall actually goes to. How I missed that one. Okay. Cool, because now this will be the wall going across. Okay. Is the wall. Alrighty. Now this. Now this matches the other one I've already built. I did not mean to fall there. Not at all. Let's just... Alright. Be honest, over here, I'm gonna leave this as the floor rather than doing that, because then I can do the floor pattern that I'll have to think of later. That floor pattern will probably involve a lot of soul sand, soul soil, and therefore be annoying for anyone who doesn't have soul speed on their boots. But whatever. I have soul speed on my boots and on the gold boots I used to wear when I was in the Nether. Okay, I hear the zombie noise. Yep. He got hit by my thorns before he got hit by me. Okay. Now, then I can fill in everything underneath it later. Alright. There we go. And then I'll fill in all of that off camera. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna fill it in right now because it's gonna bug me if I leave it like that. I really need to learn whether I'm OCD or something, because as soon as I said I'm done with this and I'm gonna leave it for later, I immediately went, no, I'm not. Who am I kidding? I would not be surprised if I got told that I was OCD or anything to that effect. I say I'm ADHD, but I haven't been tested. And I say I'm autistic because I have 2 coworkers that think I'm autistic. I have 1 coworker that adamantly denies saying that I am autistic and doesn't like that I'll say that I am probably autistic. But one of my coworkers was just like, "Hey, I can tell you're probably autistic simply for the fact that you choose to watch a streamer every single time that they stream while you're at work. Like, you put it on their phone even if you can't listen to it." Like, even though I can't listen to the streamer while I'm at work because I'm not supposed to be on my phone, I will still pull the stream up on my phone and just have it playing without, like, I can't listen to it. Not at all. Like, I'll be at work, and because I work food service and like serving people food and whatever, for the most part, I don't handle the food. I'm just supposed to bring out the plates and things for the next people to use. But even with that, I'm not supposed to listen to music or anything while I'm working. But I will still have my phone open to a live stream, and while I can't listen to it while I am working, I will still leave the stream open, and like anyone who walks behind me, if they notice that my phone is facing outwards of my pocket, they could probably see the stream I'm watching. you can't hear it because the volume's off, and it will stay off until I turn on my earbud and plug it in and whatever and turn the Bluetooth on. But that's what my one coworker was like, yeah, you're autistic. You watch a live stream when you can't watch a live stream all the time. You haven't missed a live stream of this person since you found them. Even if I can only watch for like 5-10 minutes before I go to Magic on Fridays or whatever, I still try to watch them for that 5 to 10 minutes that I can watch them. Okay, yeah, also, that's the same. That's the thing I go with. Because I know that I don't always have a lot of people watching my streams, I know how impactful just one single instance of a viewer can be to just engage an algorithm and whatever. So, even if I can't physically watch it and I can only like have it up, I'll still have my phone open to it because one viewer makes a world of difference to whether or not you can be monetized later. Like, one of the requirements. There's another raiding party. That doesn't show the ADHD. Train of thought. Ooh, over there now. Gosh. Having one person watching, I can't hit this thing. Having one person watching is just better because in order to be monetized, you have to have a consistent at least 400 hours of watch time every week. How much viewership? One or two people. Yeah. Yeah, just one person watching for even 5 to 10 minutes. If 20 people do that for 10 minutes, sudden math, my brain stopped mathing. If 20 people watch for 10 minutes, that's 200 minutes of watch time. Which is a little over 3 hours of the 400. Like, that's already just by itself a lot. So, even when I can't physically watch it, I will still try to watch it. I mean, there are definitely moments of, oh, I forgot that you were streaming, and so it was like joining 7 o'clock when they started at 6 o'clock my time. But there are some times when it's like, oh, I happened to see that it was 6 o'clock, and so I took the brief moment of I don't have much to do at this second to pull out my phone and open the stream, make sure my phone's on mute, and then continue working like I didn't just do that. I have yet to get in trouble for it at work too, so it's only because I don't put an earbud in or anything. So, like, even if you can't physically do anything to watch the stream, also, the other fun thing is that because of the algorithm that YouTube has, as long as one person is watching, it is more likely to show up on someone who has never watched. It's more likely to show up because they're just like, hey, this one person's watching, and this person's tastes kind of goes close to what you have done. Like my Age of Empires streams. If you've ever watched another Age of Empires stream, and then this other person happens to like RTS streams, and then YouTube algorithm goes, hey, you typically watch StarCraft streams, but this person's playing Age of Empires. You might like this person because this other person watches both, and they're choosing to watch this one. So there's already one viewer watching, which means that you might also like it, which is kind of weird to think about. But like, the more people that watch a stream, the more YouTube algorithm goes, hey, you might have the similar taste to this other person who watches these 5 things that align with what you do. Which is weird, but whatever. Hey, Google takes your data and does things like that anyways, so YouTube can do the same. I've stopped building to talk about this. It's okay. I'll fly up and show what we've done, and then I'll probably call it there for the day. Actually, I'll just fly up to that. This over here was just me trying to get to the 100 count. Okay. So this is the overview of what we have done today. So I got the wall all the way up to 10 across to where it can go. Then everything above is going to get dropped down when I can. And then I've started connecting that over there, which you just saw me do. So this, compared to what the final product will look like, this is what the final product will look like with this is the 10 wall all the way around. So I don't accidentally just die from kinetic energy. So this part that I'm standing on here, or no, it's this part that I'm standing on here. This is the 10th block all. But all of that wall that I just did on the side, that's that part. And then all of these is what you just saw me do. They're connected currently on the diagonal. I will remove that eventually, but for now I'm going to leave it so that I've got everything built correctly. Because if I did end up counting anything wrong, it's going to be from that diagonal, and I'm going to need to fix it from that way. So that's the basics of everything we just did. And then this is the bottom part of the wall that we just did. And then I made sure to leave that part on this section. I left it down by 1 so I can put the floor in, because if you look here, you can see that this is the bottom of the wall that's level with everything else, and then I made the floor underneath it. So that's what's happened over there. That's this little diagonal thing that we just built. And all of that going up to here. This is the top of the 4 block, and then I'll have to put the walls there, and then I'll put the slabs and light sources. I kind of want to do shroom lights over there, but I don't think I have enough to really make that work right now. So I'll have to go through the nether and find more. Not that it's going to take a lot. I could also do something like the redstone lamps, because those kind of fit the color scheme over there. However, I don't want to have to power the redstone lamp in some odd way, or keep it down by 1 and then make it look weird. And then I'll probably just use the regular lanterns instead of the soul lanterns, because the orange of the regular lantern is going to match better with those nether bricks. The nether bricks. I don't know why I felt like that was a tongue twister. I'm just not using the cracked nether brick instead. And then apparently, because there are actually walls, I did not realize that. I had all those fences that I was gathering thinking that I would have to use those instead of walls, but the stone cutter let me make walls, so I'll probably actually just be able to make these as walls. Exactly. But that's all that we're gonna do today for over there. And then I've got the stone brick over here that I still need to work on. I've been working on this end stone. I'm still carving that all out. You can see how much I've done. That's why I tend to spin around a few times before I land, because otherwise I take a bunch of damage like that. But you can see where I'm at currently with getting all of this mined out. My sister initially said that she would help me with this, and that's why this centerpiece has been mined out already. I don't think she followed exactly what I was intending when I asked for help, because she only went up to the wall, hence why this is still here. So I think I just confused her, but this has already been mostly done, so I just need to drop all of these bricks down to make that work. But I actually have to convince myself that that's what I want to do right now. You can see all of this over here. All of this is still floating, even though it shouldn't be by now. Some of this is 4 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So I could actually just build this all the way up. But I need more bricks. I just haven't gone to the end for that yet. I was going around and destroying the end cities that people had already harvested everything they wanted from, simply because it was giving me all the blocks that I needed for both the purpur and for the end stone. But then I just stopped doing that because we're kind of done with going through the end already. We've had the end open for like 3 weeks now, but I don't think anyone's really gone through the end since then. Since like the first 2 or 3 days that we were all running around trying to find elytra. As far as I'm aware, I made the first beacon on the server, but I don't know about that since then. I have fought another wither to get another nether star, and I almost have enough again to get a 3rd wither fought. The only reason I have so many wither skeleton skulls is because I tore down so much of another fortress. And they kept spawning on me while I was trying to tear it down. So that's the reason for it. But I could make another beacon and give myself regeneration and haste and all that at the same time. One of the ideas with having the underground area over there, when I was just building the one castle, was that at all the 4 corners of this castle, I was going to put a beacon. Like where this ends, there would be about right here or so. Like where this one lines up here and where this one lines up here, there would be a beacon about right here below me. And then there would be another one on the opposite corner of each side. Now that I've gone with the mega castle idea, I'll probably just put them in I'll probably put the beacons inside of the big castle in the middle. That zombie came out of nowhere. But that's what I'll probably do. Now, I'll have to get at least 2 more beacons, but that won't be that difficult, considering what I already have. And that I'm capable of fighting a wither multiple times anyways. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can think of It's still the middle of the day. I was thinking I needed to go to bed because of that zombie. Um. Well then. I've also got a dog. I still need to name the dog. I don't know what I'm gonna name the dog or if I'm gonna name the dog at this point. But yeah, that's everything I can think of to say for today. Can I go back to where I was at? Yes, it did let me go here. This is my AFK spot for the Guardian farm. It protects you from phantoms and all that too. So, you're gonna hear Guardians trying to target me the whole time, but that's fine. That was not the button I meant to click. We're going here. Now we do this. There we go. The things I think of. How do I keep from getting booted? I don't AFK for that long. Honestly, whenever I say AFK, it's more for like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom or something, or I'm gonna go make food. So like, within 10-20 minutes, I'm sitting there, and that's about it. And then I come back and do whatever. Or even though I've AFK'd, I'm still sitting at my computer reading a book. And I'll just move my mouse a little bit every so often. Like, things like that, or I'll organize my inventory. But for me, AFKing is, for the most part, I'm just sitting in one spot doing something else and letting the game run. But yeah. I planned on trying to stream tomorrow. I was thinking of trying to play Marvel Rivals, which is the new like Overwatch type game. I'm not good at it, and I don't know if my computer is going to be able to handle it while streaming. But I thought I would at least attempt it. It might only be like a 30-minute stream because it might not actually work for me. I don't know, but I'm gonna try it. Because even just play testing it to figure out how to play the game and whatnot, I had multiple times of trying to do the basic "this is how you play" thing, and I couldn't see my opponents. I've not played against actual people yet, so I don't know how it would fare that way. But I couldn't even get the opponents to load in until like 10 minutes of trying it. So we'll try it tomorrow and we'll see how it works. And if it doesn't work, then it's just a game that I won't stream. And I'll just hope that I can get it to work by myself or with friends and whatever. But I'm going to attempt to stream it tomorrow. I'm not good at those kinds of games simply because I play the objective and then not everyone else does. So we're gonna see if it works. And then I was gonna say Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. Saturday we'll play Gemcraft Chasing Shadows. Keep doing that. Gemcraft Frostborn Wrath. We have stopped playing Chasing Shadows like 3 or 4 months ago now, and I still will call it the wrong title. It is Gemcraft Frostborn Wrath that we're playing. We used to play Gemcraft Chasing Shadows until we finished it. I keep doing that. Anyways, that's me rambling. I hope to see you all later. Hope you have a good day, a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon, a good night, and a good time zone wherever you are. And peace out.